Thanks for joining us and welcome to another edition of The Rundown. I'm Jason Madison. It's March, so survive and advance are the themes for all NAIA basketball teams battling to qualify for a spot in the national tournament. The William Penn women got their first crack at it last night, taking on Peru State in the Penn Zone during the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament. The 7th-seeded Statesmen swept the 10th-seeded Wildcats during the regular season, but would the Navy and Gold make it happen a third time? We head to the first quarter to find out, and his role player, Brianna McCray, with the quick dish to Ashley Harper, who recovers the loose ball and goes reverse layup. Statesmen take a 9-5 lead into the timeout, but much more to come. Then, with 2 minutes left in the first, Penn finds a silent assassin in McCray. First, Khadijah Young finds number 50 under the basket for the soft touch. Then Jenna Santi goes back to McCray for another turnaround basket off glass. Penn takes a 13-7 lead, but McCray isn't finished with time winding down. Off the inbound, Alyssa Phillips corrals the deep ball, finds Santi, and again McCray is in the post. McCray's quick 6 helped the home team close out the first quarter up 15-9, but the junior gives some love back. Second quarter, and off a wild shot, McCray gets some hustle points tracking down this baseline board. She finds Asia Roper near the top of the key, and the jumper is good. Penn takes a 7-point lead into the locker room and never trailed. Down the stretch, Penn's big 3 took over this one after a slow start in the third. First, Young finds herself open in the near side corner, and Peru is too late on the D. Splash. The senior notches 13 points on the day. Next, Penn goes inside with Phillips for 2 of her game-high 14 points, and who needs a knee brace when you have heart? Then with Penn up 45-34 in the fourth, freshman Vashti Rocha takes the ball to the hole but is blocked. The freshman keeps her wits and gets the follow-up to go. Rocha barely missed a double-double, finishing with 13 boards and 9 points. William Penn went on to knock off Peru State 60-38. WP limited the Bobcats to 23.2% shooting while making 39.3% of its own shots. WP dominated the rebounding category with 57 to Peru's 26, including a 17-2 edge in second chance points. The Wildcats forced 24 turnovers by Penn, but couldn't convert many of those as the Statesmen were barely outscored 14-10. Head coach Willie Scott and the Navy and Gold picked up their first tournament win in the new conference, but many things need to change in the next 24 hours before Penn visits 9th-ranked Mid-America Nazarene Thursday in the quarterfinals.
You know, the good thing about this next round is, we played them really close one game, and then the other game we just let one player beat us. So I'm kind of excited about going in there. I think we have a chance. It's going to be really tough. They're a really good team. They're nationally ranked, but I like our chances.
It wasn't a pretty win, but hey, it was a win is a win, and I'm happy. We got Mid-America next, and I'm ready to play them. And Peru, they're a good team, and I respect them. And they had a great season, but I'm happy to get past them.
It feels pretty good. We've had a really long, tough season. We've been going up and down with wins and losses, but it's just good to be able to go into the second round.
The Statesmen hit the court Thursday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. You can watch the game live by visiting statesmanathletics.com and click on the video icon attached to the game listing. And sticking with the NAIA basketball action, Penn's men's basketball team also hosted a conference tournament of its own this week. The Statesmen received a visit from the Benedictine Ravens in the Hart Conference Tournament quarterfinals on Wednesday. The Rundown's Eduardo Zamarripa was there and brings us the highlights.
Penn hosting Benedictine in the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament quarterfinals. And let's get it going because senior Jessie Purnell isn't wasting any time. Right off the tip, Purnell, that's a 3. Next possession of the feed from senior Stephen Roundtree, Purnell, splash. And shortly after, Purnell finds senior Brady Burford and he does the rest. Penn all over the Ravens, trying to run them out of the gym, and then Purnell, why not? Penn jumps out to a 16-0 lead over Benedictine just 5 minutes into the game. And we'll keep it going. Burford, flush, Penn's up 18-2, but here come the Ravens. Sean Fleming Jr. spots up and hits the tray. Then off the pretty feed, Jake Shanuth hits the corner tray. Lead is down to 10. And after a dribble handoff, Fleming Jr. makes Penn pay. We've got a ball game. The Statesmen go into the half up 33-29. We'll pick it up 2 minutes into the second second half, Purnell finds Jarvis Haywood, and the senior buries the tray. But Fleming Jr. is still in the zone, and after this three-bomb, Penn's lead is cut to 3. But the Statesmen keep on coming. After a Burford steal, Roundtree finishes and 1. Roundtree had 14 points and 8 boards on the night. Then later, it's Haywood with the hop step and the nifty finish. The senior poured in a game-high 22 points, and the Statesmen lead 70-61. Penn never blew the game open, but the Statesmen led wire to wire and secured an 83-70 win over the Ravens. Purnell led the way early, finishing with 19 points. Burford muscled his way to 16 points and 8 rebounds. The Statesmen will now travel to Nebraska to take on second-seeded Peru State in the Hart Conference semifinals on Friday night. Even if the Statesmen fall on Friday, Penn's 25-6 record and number 10 national ranking should be enough to get an invite to nationals. The Rundown caught up with Purnell and Coach Henry after the game.
I just love my guys, man. We have some soldiers, man. We've been through a lot this past 2 semesters, and one thing Coach always tells us that we're never quitters, and we just try to play as hard as every time, every possession, and we just try to come out with the W.
Peru's fantastic. I think they're ranked 16th, and they got the 2 seed, so we have to go to them, and that's a tough place to play, a long ways away, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm confident that 25-6, ranked 10th, that we would be going, but nothing's official until they give you the invitation.
Penn tips off on Friday at 7 p.m. against Peru State. On the other side of the bracket, Mid-America Nazarene will host Graceland. The conference championship game is set for 7 p.m. on Monday, March 7th. With his pro day just around the corner, former Statesman standout wide receiver Jacquez Stewart is putting in work to make it big. After a successful 2015 campaign filled with highlights, Stewart has spent a large chunk of his time practicing and working on his craft. All of this with the hopes of getting a shot at the NFL. The Rundown's David Travis caught up with Stewart and brings us the following.
The NFL is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I wanted to take my chance.
Opportunities like these don't come often, and that's something that former Penn standout Jacquez Stewart is trying to take full advantage of. Stewart says he's been contacted by NFL coaches. He hopes to make a name for himself at his pro day at Iowa State in late March.
Yeah, I talked to the Browns, I talked to the Chiefs, I talked to Green Bay, I talked to the Panthers, I talked to the Chargers, and I was talking to the 49ers, but that was like early in the season.
Coming from a small university, Stewart knows the road to success will be a bit tougher. Despite drawing interest from several NFL teams, the former Statesman tallied 28 receptions, 660 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns this past season on a team that led the NAIA in rushing yards per game.
I know it's going to be pretty challenging, because I didn't go to the big Division I schools and everything, but my name was already out there I was the #1 JUCO recruit, so scouts had already heard about me, but it took time for them to find out where I went to after my JUCO.
With his pro day coming fast, Stewart is confident in showing off his skills.
Really hit me yet about what's really about to go down, but I mean, this has been a dream my whole life, so I mean, it's really not challenging. I'm just up for it. I'm ready for it.
For the Rundown, I'm David Travis.
Stewart's pro day will be held at ISU on March 22nd. Stewart will hope to hear his name called in the upcoming NFL draft that runs from April 28th to April 30th. If Stewart does not get selected, he can still hope to get signed as an undrafted free agent. But it's not just one William Penn football player in the limelight this year. Former running back Aaron Osborne has signed with the Budapest Wolves of the Hungarian Football League. While at WP, Osborne played in 30 games from 2010 to 2015, minus his redshirt season in 2011. Osborne's 589 career rushing yards and 4 TDs over that time span caught the attention of the football scouts in Hungary. Osborne and Stewart have high expectations of themselves and hope to prove their worth in 2016. The season has come to an end for both the Oskaloosa boys and girls varsity basketball teams. After upsetting Washington 36-34 in the first round of the playoffs, the Oskaloosa girls came back to earth in the next round against Fairfield. The 12th ranked Trojans cruised to a 62-17 win to end Oskaloosa's season. The Indians finished with a 4-19 record. And on the boys' side, the Indians traveled to Grinnell and could not advance to the next round. The Tigers jumped out to a 16-point lead and never looked back. Grinnell took down Oskaloosa 69-55. Sophomore Jared Cruz led Oski with 17 points. The Indians finished the season with a 6-22 record. I want to say good luck to all of the athletes in the area, and thank you for joining us on another edition of The Rundown. We'll see you next time on this sports show.